Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm super excited to be here in my house, especially today with all the snow that came in. If you guys are in a place that's warm, good for you. I wish that we were somewhere warm. We got tons of snow today. I really don't know how many inches we got, but it's nice to be in a warm, cozy house. So welcome guys. I'm super excited to show you all the different ways that you can dress up your entryway. So hello, or tell me if you're watching this on replay. And if you have any questions, Lexi will let me know, and just leave them below, okay? Super excited. Okay, there's a couple announcements that I wanted to let you know. There's been a few of you guys really taking advantage of getting into the Elegant community. And one of the bonuses, basically this is Thursday already. My goodness, we're flying. This week on our bonuses, if you get into the Elegant community, then you will get in there for 1 month for free until Friday at midnight. That bonus is actually going to close out on Friday at midnight, so we don't have very much longer. So you'll have to sign up at the link. I think there's a link at the top. Make sure that you sign up, and when you sign up, you will get a whole month for free, and that is amazing. We've never done that, and some of the ladies, I'm seeing them getting in there, and they're really enjoying it. So I'm super excited to see you, so go in there and enjoy it. Yesterday, we went into one of my customers' home, and we did one of the prettiest mantles, and in the Elegant community, we went over and did the bookcases on each side, so you'll be able to go in there and see that, okay? So definitely take advantage of that too. And all of the other feed that we have in there. So go in there. We want to see it. Okay, guys, I'm so excited to come here tonight because my house is one of these houses. I hear a lot with my house and everybody else's house. When we bought this home, as you see, this is my front door, and there's not really an end in this house. It's one big, huge room. Our living room, our formal living room, I call it a formal, it's just a living room, we sit in that, and then our formal dining room, which is another dining room basically to me, but it was one big room. And then we have the door. One of the biggest things that a lot of people say is that there's no entryway. You know, there's no entrance, there's just a door. Every house has an entryway. When people, especially the architect, when he's building the house, there's a thought in his mind that there's an entryway. So every house usually, and always, I've never been in a house that I have not been able to see in my head, have, you know, an entryway. And I'll show you how that is. Even with a house like this where you walk right in and it's all really open. One of the biggest things when we bought this house is I walked in and immediately thought the entryway was right here. And I don't know really kind of what it is. That's just kind of a gift I guess I have just to know those things. But I thought, wouldn't it be beautiful, because this is kind of really tall ceilings here, wouldn't it be beautiful to have a big round table? Now, you don't have to go, you could do this on a much smaller scale. I go into a lot of homes that are kind of like this, and to balance the room off and to kind of give it a little bit of definition, the rooms to have definition, especially if they're really open like this, you could go with a lot smaller table in here in the entryway, okay? So just because I have this big, huge table here, doesn't mean that you have to necessarily do that. I've done them in houses where they're a lot smaller, but they still give that grandness and that look. So I really want you to really take a look at your space, and you know, if you're in the Elegant community, then definitely send me a picture, and I'll tell you how you can use that and how you can make an entryway. But that's really important to do that, because that's the first thing that people see when they come into your home, and that's the first impression that they have. So always, always, always try to play that up and make it look pretty for every season, especially even summer and all the different things. And I'll show you how to do that. And in these workshops, I usually try to do that for you. Okay, one thing that I wanted to do, and I get asked about all the time, so I'm gonna have Lexi kind of switch it around here, is this big, huge floral arrangement. People ask me about this. I've had this here, I think we're going on 9 years living here. But people ask me all the time, they're like, you have a tree in your house. And it's not necessarily a tree. I just absolutely love florals, as you know. I think that it gives a house, it just makes it feel alive. And anytime you can put a big floral arrangement like this, do it. I definitely recommend it. So I made this floral arrangement myself, and I change it out for all the seasons, as you guys know if you follow me a lot, or you do any of the workshops, or you're in the community, you know that I change this out a lot. And it's super simple, honestly. A lot of these florals I keep in here all the time. Now I come through here and I do this, and Jason complains about it. Sometimes I put him a little too low because he's taller than I am. But one of the biggest things that I did is I bought this urn at one of the garden centers when we first moved here. I put it on top of the table, and I decided that I wanted branches. Well, I went outside in my yard and I picked these branches, and we had to do all this in here because you couldn't get it through the door after this. But I set it in here, and Jason gave me some kind of a concrete. I'll have to ask him. I think it was some type of I think it was kind of a
it's like spray.
It was kind of like a foam spray type thing, and it's set up. So the girls and I just sit there and held it, and we held it, and then it held up, and it kind of foamed up, and it held it really tight. And that's what set it. So these branches are in here. They've been in here for like 9 years. And people ask me, do you get bugs or anything? No, we've never gotten any of those things. You always make sure that the branches are clean and they dry out before you use those. And then that is your base for all of this. And then I'm telling you, you can just go wild with it. You can really have a good time. And if you can do that, even on the smaller scale, I've done this in many homes for lots of people in their entryways or places they can have big florals. And you just use all your stems. And you can go with it when you first start. Go with it as much as you can afford. And then as over the years, I promise you, you will just keep putting these little stems like this. Look at this one. This is one of my favorite ones. I just love these. It looks like a stick, and it looks like the cherry blossoms that you get in the springtime. I just put these all over, and I'll just show you. You just stick them down there, and look how much that gives that. So when you do that, it just kind of gives it a different illusion. At Christmas and fall and all the seasons, I change it out. Not all of it. A lot of the hydrangeas and things like that, I keep in there, and I just add to it. And like I put red in it at Christmas, and sometimes I put silver, just depending on what the season is. So if you can get something like this and a big floral in your entryway, do it. It's amazing, and it's life-changing, and it's so easy, and it makes a huge statement. There's not anybody that doesn't come in my house and ask me about my tree. It's not a tree. It's just a big floral arrangement, but it is really an eye stopper, and it's a showstopper for sure. Okay, so when I had this, and I had the table, and I decided to do that, and I had this big, huge thing that filled the space up there, I was like, what am I going to do from there? And one of the things that I absolutely love are these lanterns. I love that because when you come in, I've always had this one here, and I change it out for the seasons. I sometimes put snow in it and different things. You guys have heard me say that. But I love a little light like this. You can put it on a battery, a timer. It's on a timer. It can change off. I put in the season, one of the things that I love in spring and summer, that I love to put in any of my lanterns and my trays, and you'll hear this, is I love to use moss. That's one of the things that I love to use on the bed of it. It just makes it look real, and it makes it look fresh. So you can get this, I think it's the Moss Collections. This is the kind that I use. It looks just like this. I'll take a picture of it and let you guys on the website in here, in the workshop. But this is the kind that I love. I love the real green, because I'm gonna tell you, this is real. The moss is real, and it will change over time. So it can die off. And that's really crazy because people say, well, my moss looks like, it looks like it's dying. It is, it's dying. It's real. This stuff is real, and it will die, and it will turn brown. So that's usually time to freshen it up. And also, I kept this one so you guys can see that down in there. See how it kind of just crumbles up and it breaks? So you don't want to always lay it on top of all your stuff when you're packing it up at the end of the year, because it does crunch up and it breaks, and then it's no good too. But I wanted to leave that. Now you can kind of pick some of it out like this, and it's still good. But most of that down there is it's broke up. So I like the little sticks in it, but I got a fresh one for us, so you guys can see this. What I do is I just take it, and yes, it is, I don't like the mess, but what I do is just stick it in there just like this, and I pull it around. Is there some people in here with me tonight? Mm-hmm. Hello, guys. So this is what I do, and I fill it up just to make it look real. Look how that just changes that bare space, and it just kind of just makes it look like it's growing in nature. I just like that. I like that little look. And it just fills it in, and it makes it look so much realer. I don't know. Looks it alive. Okay, it's about getting there. And then we'll have to play around with it. It is a little messy, but I promise you, it's worth it. It's totally worth it. Okay. One of the things that I always try to do with this lantern, since I have this here, and it's a light, and it comes on, One of the things that I try to do is fill something that's really tall up into this lantern. And one of the things I love is to do florals with color, especially this time of year when everybody's just really, they're so ready for a pop of color. So when we make florals like this, I make these little florals. Isn't that pretty? And it's got a little pop of color. You just kind of have to twist these. All of our florals that we make are they're wired. So if you kind of just play around with it after I make it, sometimes I make it a little too full, I'll be honest. And so what I do is I just play around with it, make sure that it goes up here. If it goes up into the top, it's okay. It's not a big deal. All you have to do is just kind of push it around and go like that. And then the door will shut. And I love that. Isn't that super pretty? It's already starting to fill it up. And then always clean up my mess as much as I possibly can. And that's as simple as it is. Okay, so putting that in there, look how pretty that is. And people ask me, you know, don't you feel like if this is a big floral, putting floral? No, these are two separate things, so don't worry about that. This is its own thing. And then down here, I try to always make another arrangement. So always down here, just put something pretty. And I love this. This really fills it up, okay? One of the things that I absolutely love, and I use these at Casey's house as well, are these little lambs. I think lambs in the springtime are so cute. And look at these. Aren't these darling? Look at the size of them. And they're just so cute and how they're laying in there, especially for springtime. I love this. So I'm going to nestle him down and around here. See if I can put him in here. And don't feel like you can't have any green on him. Put that green up and around his feet like he's just bedded down in there. And that makes him look real. Does that make sense? I'm going to put him up and around his tushy there. And then kind of push it down. There you go. And then I always see, can I shut the door? That's the big thing. I don't really like how that flower. Sometimes I have to play around with it a little bit to get the flowers the way I like it, so that it doesn't look smashed. Get all the flowers out of the way. That's perfect. Look how pretty that is. He looks like he's just looking outside the window of that little lantern. Isn't that pretty? Anybody have any questions? No questions? Isn't that super pretty? Okay, so sometimes when we have twos of things, I'm trying to clean this off so you guys don't see my mess here. When you have twos of things like this, people ask me all the time, they're like, what do you do with this one out here because it doesn't fit inside? Just leave it outside of it. Just set it, nestle them down and around here and kind of around here. I think it still feels like it's kind of bare out here, outside with him sitting here. So it feels like it needs a little something. So I love to give a pop of color, especially adding tulips. Remember these tulips like this? I love to do these tulips because they give a pop of color and it just makes it look like springtime. So anytime you can add just a pop of tulips like this, I love this. Especially they come in this and they're just wonderful. So I'm going to pop that around here, kind of down and around here. And look how that just gives the color. So we have color here, and it looks adorable. I think that's really pretty. And make sure if you're doing something like this, make sure that you put your moss down in there too. And be real sparing with it. Just kind of get it around that candle really well. Okay, I love this. I love this look. It's really looking pretty. And I promise you, I will take pictures and post them in the workshop. So this is kind of one of the things that I always do. It's super simple. I like simple things that you can change in or out every season. So these lanterns I have left here for a long time. I change the things in and out of them. But what makes it easy is that I know what size they are. So if I'm looking for something new or I'm wanting to change it up or I'm wanting to freshen it up, I know what size they are. So it makes it really easy. And I know a lot of you guys, have not a lot of time and things like that. So if you have your base pieces, this makes it super simple. Okay, so definitely think about some lanterns or something like that in your entryway because it makes a really big focal point. So come on around here, I'm going to show you this. And on this side, a lot of people ask me, what do you do with this side? Sometimes I leave it blank. Sometimes I put a candle there. Sometimes I do pictures. This is a great place. Some of the women in my elegant community, these flowers love my hair too, I'll just tell you. They love to grab it. A lot of the women were asking me this week where to put pictures. And they were asking me like photos of their kids and things like that. This is a great space too, because when you're coming in this direction of my house, you see it. So I do personal pictures. This is another thing that we've gotten in. Isn't this super cute? And since everything looks like it's new and fresh, I love these in the little mason jars like this. And look how much that color that just gives that. Isn't that super pretty? And I love how you can see the roots at the end of there, in there. So it looks real. So something, what?
Dad said the Easter bunnies look scary.
Yes, the Easter bunnies do look scary. And look, I said that the pictures are really funny too, because it looks like Lexi's scared and Gracie's just like, that's okay. It looks like a big old fuzzy bunny. But anyhow, they do look scary. But you know, this is a great place to, you know, display your personal pictures. And a lot of people have been asking me where to do that. And you don't have to put a ton of them. You can put, you know, all different sizes. As long as they flow with the season, I think this is great. So this would be perfect to put out for your seasons. Another thing is over here, I forgot to tell you, we have these little eggs, and they are super pretty. Look at these, guys. They are like a decoupage here, and they have all different florals and colors. I love these. So you can add these in for just a little bit of color. So if you feel like you need some more color or something unique, those are really pretty. Okay, another thing I'm going to tell you is this is right off of my door here. And so my entryway's here. I usually put some type of a chest here. And I know it's really tight within here, but I love this to be decorated. I know this is a little taller, but I'll show you why. I love this to be decorated because I get storage for one, and I love that. And this can kind of hold a lot of different seasonal stuff in this. And another thing I was going to tell you is you can kind of get these in all different sizes. So if you have an entryway, no matter what you do, if you have something on the side, you're going to have some kind of space, whether it be real narrow or real wide, or you don't have this. There's all kinds of chests that you can buy. Trust me, I get them for everybody in their houses. And that will give you a definement of your entryway. Whether you put just a floral arrangement, you guys have seen that I put floral arrangements here at Christmas and all kinds of things. So kind of look at your spaces and see where you can actually define that entryway, because that's a really cool thing to be able to have something pretty there for some, you know, when people walk in and things. So I'm going to show you guys one of the things that I did. I usually have a huge floral arrangement here, and it really fills up the space, and then I have some type of, you know, something there, rabbits or something there. I had, I think, a Santa there at Christmas. I took that down, and this year I said, I'm going to put these pods up here. I just have loved these, putting these everywhere. They give such height, and I love the color of them this year. And you know, this was my favorite thing last year, and I couldn't grow the real ones. I don't know why. I usually can grow everything, but I don't know why I couldn't grow them. I think I overwatered them or something. I might try them again. I don't know. I haven't decided. But I have these, so why would I have to? When I seen these, I thought, oh my gosh, I gotta have these. And they're super pretty. They're airy. They're on wires, guys. So if they're too much, you just push them back like this, or you can push them out, whatever you need to do. I just love the pods of them too that they're in. They look like they've been sitting out in the weather. Aren't those super cute? I know a lot of ladies have told me I love the lavender trees, and I'm like, me too. I think they're super cute for spring and summer.
Someone asked, do you put candles in your lanterns or change out the holidays, like a bunny for St. Pat's Day or stars for the 4th or something?
I do change them out. I change them out seasonally. If there's anything that I do, a lot of them I change them out. You can change them. You can keep them white. You can change them out to be red. You can do whatever you'd like, but I do change mine out for the seasons. Sure. Another thing that I wanted, since this was so tall and it kind of hit this mirror, I wanted another one, and this is the rosemary. I didn't show you guys this one yesterday. It's on wires as well, and you can kind of bend it. This is called the rosemary tree, and I love it. It's a little bit smaller, but it has the same kind of pot, just like this one, and you can nestle these in together. Now, doesn't this look darling together? I just think they're so pretty together. Especially like in an entryway like this, I think that they look so fresh, and like this is the little herb garden over here. I just think this is so pretty and so summery, especially with the pots matching. I think they complement each other really, really well, and I just love that. Now, one thing I want to say is if you're going to put these in your entryway, make sure that this one's moved out a little bit and then this one's moved back. I think that looks super pretty, and have them kind of touchy, just like this. I think that really looks pretty. And you can kind of work around, like I said. They have wires, play around with them, make them look good. Another place is the fireplace, like I did. I used those yesterday on the fireplace, and I'm gonna show you some different things. So when you're kind of looking at your entryway, keep it simple, keep it kind of going with a theme. You know, sometimes we can kind of go with this garden theme, even in the springtime, which will go a lot further with you. And I love that. So like these little bunny rabbits, I just have loved these. I fell in love with these. They look kind of like me. They look like when, you know, I'm out gardening, I want to lay down, right? I like them because they're not super Eastery. You can keep these out all summer and all the way into the fall. I just love the colors of them, but I'm going to show you how to kind of put a little Easter twist to them.
Someone asked, where do we get the trees?
We will have them in the Elegant Boutique tomorrow, so you guys can get them. I will tell you that they are, I mean, I really worked hard to get as many as we got, so when they're gone, they're gone. So if you really want them, you got to get in there tomorrow to get them. One of the things that I loved about these little trees is they have this part on them, and I just thought this was darling, especially if they're setting close like this. I think these little nests like that and these little birds are super cute to set in there.
And then someone said, I have 2 curio cabinets in my living room. What do you suggest I put in them?
Curio cabinets. A lot of times in the elegant community, we talk about that. We'll talk about how to decorate them and different things like that. So if that's something that you struggle with, then definitely get in there. Get in there. It will show you exactly what to put in there, guys. Okay. One of the things that looks really cute, but it looked like it was missing something, guys. So I absolutely love these guys. These are so handy. They're light, they're foamy, but they have a little bit of moss on them. And I have been using a lot of these this summer, or this spring. This summer. I feel like it hasn't even gotten there yet. I've been using those. Once again, here's the eggs, and these eggs come in one carton, and they come with a bunch of them in there. But look at all the pretty colors. So I was playing around with these, and look how cute they are. You can set them up here. And basically you're just making a little, like they're sitting down in there. I like how they look like they're real, like they're sitting out in nature. I think that's darling. I think this is enough for the entryway here. And sometimes when we overdo it, then it's just too much. You can definitely fluff these if they're not right, and move them and all the different things. But I think this is super simple and it's darling and it can go. Now after Easter, I think one thing you all need to do is take away the Easter eggs and just put something else there. And fruit is really hot this year, so you'll be seeing that in the Elegant Boutique. And if you're in the community, or you'll see me on my pictures in the page, you'll be seeing us use fruit a lot more this year too. And lots of different types of succulents and things like that. So all you have to do is change those eggs out for those kind of things, and you're ready. So I'm loving these for sure. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you this as well over here. You guys kind of seen this the other day. Oh, I need to get my moss. Hang tight, guys. Is there anybody having any questions yet? Curio cabinets are a little bit harder for sure, and they take a little bit more time, but we definitely can make them very pretty. So if that's something that you would like, then come on in there. We can talk about that. Okay, I'm going to do this, and you guys are going to laugh at me. One of the things that I talk about in the community a lot is getting risers. And risers mean when everything is all on one level. I love a big pop of floral like this. I think it's super pretty. I've had this one for a while, and I love it. If you can find them in little pots like this, just some greenery and some pops of florals, especially tulips, they're amazing. I say get them. But one of the biggest things is if everything is all at the same level, then you can't see things behind it. So I talk about little risers all the time. I, say get a riser, do this and that. Sometimes you can't find them, and I'm using them all. So what I do, if you're not going to see it, I use a little dish like this. It's white. I use it like this. Turn it upside down. It's just a bowl. Turn it upside down, and I'll show you how to camouflage it. You get your moss out here, and you start putting your moss all around it, just like this. You won't even see that thing once we get everybody in there. So make sure you put your moss. And yes, I use the moss in all of mine. Not all of them, but some of them I do. Especially in the springtime. There's something about the moss that just makes me feel like it's springtime. So, and I love them with the eggs. The eggs are so cute. So just kind of nestle all that greenery in there. And you can always move it if you need to. But I always try to have plenty. Because you don't want it to look like it doesn't have enough, you know. Tearing it apart and getting it really good. Can you guys see that? It's smelling like fresh moss and grass. It's getting me excited for spring for sure. Getting all these decorations out. It's exciting. As we have 6 inches of snow or more on the ground. I'm hoping that it goes away quick. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so this is one of the things. Ooh, pick up my mess. I always try to do this. Put it in there. You're never going to see that. Okay, so if I was to put this little sign, this was in the spring box, and I wanted to show you the ladies that got these in the spring box. This is another way that you could use your little sign, is you could put him on the back side of this. Now you got to kind of be careful because sometimes they're a little slick when you do use this, but you're never going to see this, and I'll show you how you do that. You just put that moss up and around there, and see how it just camouflages it, and now you don't even see it. Isn't that super cool? So, and it rises it up to the point where I needed it to go. One of the things that we got in, and I am in love with these guys. When I unboxed these, I thought, oh, these are darling. Look at these little sheep here. Aren't they super cute? And they literally have the little lamb's wool, and I love the feet on them. They look real, and their little faces. Aren't they darling? So these will be in the Elegant Boutique as well tomorrow. And I thought, oh, this is perfect for this. But look how they look so cute, nestled down in there. Just like that. Isn't that super cute? And there's something about that moss that just makes them look, it just makes them look real, doesn't it? I just love those. 67 tomorrow and 2 to 4 inches of snow Saturday. I know, Peggy, it's just like what we're having. It's just like off the wall stuff. And I think next week is supposed to be super nice here. I don't know, it's just so weird. Okay, guys, these are what the eggs come in. It's like a little carton like this. And they look at all the different colors and stuff that you get. So this is a little one, an odd one. But this would be really cute for summer. I think they're really cute. And I love this one. I love all the colors that they come with. So when you're doing this, and they come with quite a bit of them actually. So I'm going to put some of these eggs back in here. And look at this. I think they're just super cute for spring. See if you can set them up and go with all the different, like that. Set them different ways, if you can. Like that. Put them on all different directions, I think. And it might be all that you need. Maybe too many. You got to just step back and look. I don't know. I just have fun with it. Isn't that darling, though? I think it's super cute. They're not fabric eggs. They are like a decoupage. It's kind of like, they're so light. They're really light. And they're all kind of just decoupaged in there. Aren't they super cute? And then, like I said, they have all different colors and sizes. Or not sizes. They're all the same size, but they're all different colors and patterns. So I love this one. It's a paisley. And then this one's like more of a floral. Super pretty. Okay, guys, this is kind of what I thought would happen. And like this little chest here, see how narrow it is and how it just fits right in this corner really well, right up against this fireplace. And this, once again, will just show you that you can use these in an entryway that you have. So, I mean, you can get them smaller and bigger and wider and all different sizes. One of the biggest things that I do, one of the biggest tips that I want to give you is the taller the chest that you can get is the best. because that just looks, it gives it a little more grander. No matter how narrow it is, if you can get it taller, it just makes it look a little grander, even with an 8-foot ceiling. So that's a very good tip there when you're buying chests for your entryway. It just feels a little grander. So yeah, I will take pictures of all of these if you guys don't have any more questions. I will take pictures of all of these and make sure that we put them and post them in here for you guys. I hope this gave you some inspiration how to decorate and do some things. We'll have some of these products in the Elegant Boutique tomorrow night when we come on here live. I'm going to show you my mantle downstairs, and I'm going to show you what I did with it. That's kind of a little bonus that we're given here in the workshop. And then we will go right into some of the products that are there. I'll show you what will be in the boutique. And so then we'll wrap up the workshop. But make sure, if you're ever interested in the Elegant community, make sure you go in there. Especially, we talk about all different things. We talk about paint colors, we talk about furniture, we talk about layouts, we talk about pretty much everything for your home. So if that's something that you really want or you want to know more about, get in there. It's only $17 a month, but the first month is free. And we've never done this promotion, but we're going to try it out and see. And there's been some women that have gotten in there already, so I'm welcoming them in there. So, okay, anybody got something?
They asked if you intentionally used your sheep there because of the picture.
Yes, I do. I love sheep, and that sheep is kind of one of my things, but I do love the sheep there. And Lexi even said, Mom, we're going to keep some of it. I'm like, yes, we're keeping some of this. We always have to keep all the stuff. So I love that. I love the sheep. That's kind of a cool thing, especially for spring. So yes, I did intentionally do that. Thank you for noticing. So, okay guys, if you don't have any other questions, then we're going to wrap it up tonight. And thank you guys for being here. Go in there and share with your friends and family, and share this post, and we'll see you guys soon. All right guys, thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.